What up, YouTube? Topaz Yikes back as a new song is about to be released by Nicki Minaj, where she has done a snippet so far where this song is called Yikes. And in this, she's saying some lyrics that are rather offensive to black people. And given that I am a person that breaks down and analyzes music, especially lyricism, that's the stuff that I love, I figured that I am uniquely qualified to determine if these bars that she's spitting here is actually indeed offensive to my community that I have been raised in. And let me first answer that question. Is she being disrespectful here? Yes, very disrespectful. And we are going to break down exactly why. So let me first tell you how I approach this situation, because I'm on Twitter and I'm looking at what's trending and I see this Yikes NM. And I just was attracted to it because it said Rosa Parks on the bottom of it. And my first thought about it was, Nicki Minaj dissing Rosa Parks? That can't be true. But yet, would Nicki Minaj slightly shade a black person in order to further along her career? After I thought of that, I'm like, you know what? I may need to look into this. The exact line is, all you bitches, Rosa Parks, get your ass up. Now keep in mind, I have a good history of studying up on Nicki Minaj bars. Now, whenever she's about to go in on anybody, and it's a overt diss, doesn't matter who, usually it begins, or somewhere in it, she's saying, these bitches. And let's look at some historical stuff. Like, I just went onto YouTube and Googled Nicki Minaj disses, and the first thing that popped up was Cardi B. Clicked on it. The first song that popped up was Transformer, and that was a Future song featuring Nicki Minaj, where the exact words in that diss towards Cardi B was, these bitches is like Milli Vanilli. Or you can look at the No Fraud song, where her entire verse was geared towards Remy Ma because Remy Ma really got at her. Now, how does she begin off going into these disses? She said, what is this bitch inhaling? Now, this may seem a bit far-fetched, but yet I've seen it in artists as they come, as they go. Whenever they begin to lose the integrity or they begin to lose the intensity as artists, they tend to become more repetitive. And they tend to say the same things when they're trying to get the same reaction out of people. So when she begins to go in on people, she tends to say, this bitch, these bitches. And I know what you're thinking. At this point, like, that's just a punchline. She's just saying that to be comical at this point in time. It's either you believe Nicki Minaj is a lyrical mastermind or not at this point. Like, many of you who are on Nicki's side are going to believe that Nicki Minaj is a amazing lyricist that can do whatever she decides she wants to on a pen and pad, which she can. She's an amazing lyricist. So why did she not draw up a punchline where Rosa Parks was more considered to what actually happened, instead of looking at it like, okay, all of these bitches that she clearly does not like are like Rosa Parks, you need to get your ass up and go to the back of the damn bus. She has the ability to do it in a positive manner, but she chose not to. And for anybody who's trying to make that argument, no, she's giving props to Rosa Parks, especially with the artwork where she's sitting in front of Rosa Parks and all that. But no, let me take you back to step A. She's saying these bitches and putting it in the wrong context. So clearly, she does not mean this in a positive manner. Now, why would she do this? Yes, this is promotion for her new song that I guess she's about to drop. But is it a coincidence that it's Black History Month? For the phenomenal lyricist, you save your best punchline for last. It adds emphasis and people remember it. That's exactly what she did with this on this bar that we already talked about. Says she did it specifically in this way where she's trying to promote this song, so she is intentionally being disrespectful to black people. Now the question is, did she do this out of animosity for the black community? Or did she do this so that she can use the fact that it's Black History Month in order to promote her next record? Or is she trying to do both? And how I perceive it, she's trying to do both. Because right now there's a lot of animosity between the Black American communities and those from overseas, whether it's from Africa or the Caribbean islands. Like, in a lot of cases, these people from all of these other areas are very disrespectful to Black Americans. And at this point, Nicki Minaj has gone well past the point where you can give her the benefit of a doubt that she didn't know what she's doing. You're telling me one of the premier lyricists of a generation didn't know that what she's doing could have been considered as ignorant. It could be considered as super disrespectful to heroes during a time period where we are looking and remembering our Black heroes and such. Like, and then using that as a promotional scheme to get a song up. Like, this sounds like something a manipulative individual like Nicki Minaj, on top of an industry that loves to crap on anything that Black people did, if not take it and steal it and sell it for your own, or use whatever ignorance that you can to promote records. All of this cannot be considered as one big coincidence, and it has to be treated as blatant disrespect at this point.